Hey guys, and welcome back to the final episode of 2017. I almost caught them like saying final. Wait, what? What's fine? Final episode of 2017 of It's About Time. Number
50. We've made it.
Wow, it feels kind of good.
50 episodes in one calendar year since we've started. Can you believe it?
Yeah. So let's see. So let's do like the little check-in. Do you know how many subscribers we're up to? Because remember, I said I was going to do a special giveaway for this episode if we reach 50. Did we reach 50?
We're still in the 40s.
Alright, so we're still in the 40s. Okay, so here's what I'll say. I'm not going to do the giveaway quite yet. But, actually, should I show them what I'm planning on giving away when we reach to 50? Alright, so I'm going to let Drew do a little bit of talking. I'll show you guys what I'm planning on doing for the 50th giveaway.
Alright, so let's talk about customary what's on the wrist.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic idea. Alright, what's on my wrist is something I will be doing in another episode for you. A watch review on the Omega Constellation. And this is the new one that I just recently got over the past couple of weeks. And it's what we like to call new old stock, which could be a topic about today. Is it worth getting new old stock as opposed to a new watch in general?
That actually, I was looking on the Omega website, it actually retails for 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
It's and obviously not even worth near that. Even on the brand new at tags market, it's not even worth $7,000 or $8,000.
No, and that's a good topic to start things off on. Is the fact of new old stock watches.
Oh yeah, and I'm wearing my Citizen.
And he's wearing a Citizen, which you've seen quite frequently. And basically, new old stock watches, which is something that people really don't talk about too often, is when a watchmaker has excess inventory.
Well, it could be part of excess inventory. It could be part of like a display model a little bit also. You just get a heavier discount because it's an older model and maybe they don't produce it anymore, or they've just had it, kind of like, I mean, could they still sell it for new with tags?
Oh, sure.
They can, but, maybe even sometimes they had it in the back room and maybe part of the box got bent or something happened with it. Or they're just trying to liquidate it.
Yeah, it's similar with cars at the end of the year when they're trying to blow them off the lot. If you take this one off the lot, we'll give you an extra $1,000 off. It's very similar with watches. New old stock could be sitting there a couple of years. Does it affect the value, or does it affect the what do you want to say?
Anything.
How the watch would run, the performance?
That's
wrong. The
performance.
Does it affect it? No, it doesn't. All you're doing is buying the watch a couple years later after it came out.
One of the things I know comes up, I want to address this issue actually, and then we're going to get into a whole bunch of it. Again, this is our 50, this may go 50 minutes.
You never know.
Who the hell knows right now? So, okay, when they say when they talk about, can you leave a watch dormant, meaning, not running for a while and have it still running well? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen. Mechanical watches, yes. They have oil, they have little parts in them, and, they can start to slow or they could speed up or whatever it is. But, even if you leave a perfectly great watch alone for even 30, 40 years, okay, and you pick it up, it may take a little while to get its bearings together a little bit. Will it just start running slow? Not necessarily. Would it run within 2 or 3 seconds? It may. Could it run in 20 or 30 seconds? It may. As unlikely as that is, you could leave your watch, your mechanical watches, you could leave them dormant. They say it's not good to do them. They say it's good to rotate them out, this and that. But my opinion is this. You could wear a mechanical watch every day for, let's say, take Jack Nicklaus's watch for 50 years. It may run like gold every day for that amount of time. It depends on the movement, depends on the watch, depends on how well it's regulated. It depends on all that stuff. So, for something like this, what is it running right now?
This one, when it came out off, when it was brand new, 5 seconds fast a day. It's still running 5 seconds fast a day.
Now, hold on 1 second. Let me just see.
I don't know if you knew this.
So the dial. These are technically chronometers, so they should be running -4 to +6 every day.
That's in that range. It's within chronometer standard. Great. And what we learned in the watch show in New York City was most of the watchmakers and the manufacturers set their watches fast. They actually set them 4 to 5 seconds fast on purpose, which is something I was like, why wouldn't they just set them like right on time so you wouldn't lose any time at all? Because they like their watches a little fast a day because I guess it's easier for them to time them in the long run.
Not only that, I've learned this, right? You know, when you get into like, you know, the value movements, the ETA, you know, the Japanese-made movements, you know, sliding the needle just a little bit, even for watchmakers, it's not the easiest thing to do. And these guys are masters. They don't know if something is going to be like a second or two. Most of the times, you can't, unless you're under extreme precision. I mean, I don't even know how they would do this. But it's hard for them to even get it to be just 1 second fast a day. I don't even know if, I mean, is it possible? Yes. But is it hard to do? I don't think that they have the time to do that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, a watch is either, when you get it to like the sweet spot, and I call it the sweet spot because this, it will either start running a little bit more on the faster side or a little bit on the slower side. There's no like dead on time with like a mechanical piece. There's just not. Like, you'd have to subject it to the most like, I don't know, like no temperature change. Even with that case, I still don't think it's gonna run dead on. But you know, anyways, you know, the point is that, you know,
new old stock is basically the same as a brand new watch. It's only you're buying it a couple years later.
Right.
Doesn't affect performance, doesn't really affect value. You only get it at a bigger discount because it's an older model. And today's day and age, with everybody having such short attention spans, they just want to sell anything that's old. Mm-hmm. They don't care. They'll give you an extra discount.
But you know, guys, you know what? Let's start with this lesson. Okay, for the 50th episode,
lessons.
Actually, no, maybe not even lessons. We're gonna save that one here. I'm gonna start on the notepad because we're gonna be talking about a few different things, right? So one of the things we're gonna be talking about, I'm just gonna write this stuff down because we're gonna be going through it. Our favorite episode, our best location that we shot at, best location. Let's see, and we're just doing this again. We do things on a whim, and it works out great. Best location, favorite watch,
and favorite guest.
Okay, favorite guest. Okay, that works. What else? Oh, biggest lesson learned. And if we think of anything else, we're gonna do it. Favorite guest.
Just a recap episode.
Biggest lesson or lessons, we'll say. Okay, so now, anyways, guys. So we're doing a giveaway, and we'll still do it. However, there's a however to this. And by the way, thank you to all the new people that subscribe to this. Really appreciate it. I know we're trying to get up to 50. And we'll still do a giveaway. So anyways, actually, I don't think Drew knows this. So I've been paying attention to, there's a particular item that's out this year, and it's really like kind of like the hot item this year because it's priced. I think it was like under $30 or whatever, which was really good. It's called A Man in His Watch. Actually, you know, do like a little bit of a plug here. Matt Hranek, I think I'm pronouncing his name right. He came out with this book, and it's all about like a lot of big famous people and the stories behind their favorite watches. I've been paying attention to like the market with it a little bit, and I should have gotten it when it was, you know, earlier on because like pre-sales was like below 25. Now it's gotten to like below 30. So anyways, I ordered that book for myself. I'm really looking forward to it. I want to kind of see, you know what it's about. It looks very interesting. So in honor of me getting that, what I'm gonna do is this for the 50th episode, and Drew will do a giveaway for the 100th. How does that sound? But we got to get up to 100 viewers.
Yeah, that works for me.
Right? So this is the book that I will personally give away. I will personally, I'll send shipping, handling, whatever it is. And you know, if you're international, it'll be a different story. I'll work out a shipping cost, whatever it is, or work it out. But I'll do this as a giveaway. Very cool, the wristwatch handbook. I kind of read through it. It's in very great shape. And I mean, just take a look inside that. I mean, that just says it all. I've had a lot of enjoyment with this book. I've been reading it here and there. It gives you all about all different kinds of watches, all different kinds of movements. how movements work, chronographs, minute repeaters, doesn't matter what it is, balance springs, and just escapements, jewels and watches. It really is it's just a very cool watch. They feature some of the biggest brands. They have it listed on the back. But anyways, as much as I love this book, since I'm getting a new one, it's like a watch. When you get a new one in, you kind of get rid of one. So this is my giveaway. Once we get to 50 viewers, I'll send this out or whatever it is. We'll figure out. Once we get to 50 viewers, I'll have everyone through the comment section submit their names or whatever it is, or any email.
Submit a number from 1 to 50, and whoever has the number that he automatically picks will win the.
Or something like that. I think that's a good way to do it. Yeah. So that'll be the giveaway. I think that's pretty.
Nice giveaway.
Yeah, I think it's, especially.
You're like Santa.
I was hoping we would do it before the holidays, but we didn't get to 50 viewers. That's okay.
Jewish Santa.
All right. Damn, so
Shanta.
Shanta. Sorry, guys. So, anyways, so I think I think you guys really appreciate that, and we'll do that because again, I'm getting my new book on Monday. I can't wait for it. I love to read about people, about their favorite watches, why it's their favorite watches. Actually, I want to start off the episode with this. I want to start the episode off with this. All right, so I'm just gonna keep this in the back of my head. Okay, so I guess maybe this could go along with the less. Well, not really. This is just more of an opinion piece. Okay, so Drew, one of the things that I see like a lot on forums and just hearing different videos and things like that is how people, whatever it is, are like, oh my god, I want to get a chronograph. I want to get a minute repeater. I want to get a I don't know, like a moon phase, or I want to get whatever it is, right? How often, and I always want to pose this question to people, and if they want to get it, that's totally fine. How often do you think people actually use a chronograph on a watch? Or, if they get a minute repeater, like how often do you think that people actually get the watch to use it for the features that are incorporated into it?
Well, if you're asking me what I think the most economical functions...
No, I'm not, because like, for instance, it's just like, all of a sudden, chronographs are hot or something like that. How often do you think people...
you had a lot of them. How often did you use them?
Almost never. Most of the times I forgot to use them, to be honest with you.
When it depends on the function of the watch that you're actually getting.
Now, we've done an episode on this kind of... But
the most economical functions of a watch, if you're ever going to get it, is number one, and it's always going to be number one, is the date. You always have to have the date on the watch.
But why is it? Why do you think? And again, this is more of an opinion piece, right?
Yeah.
Why do people okay? Now I have my theory, and I'll tell it to you first, and it'll give you maybe a little fuel for your fire. My opinion is this, because okay, I firmly believe in buying a watch, especially because you buy it for the features that you want, for the look that you want. It's utilitarian to you, and it's something you want to use for long. It's not just be like, oh, I'm going to buy a Rolex just because I want to have a Rolex. I'm just like, really? Whatever, I get it. That's your personal money. That's your personal decision. But why not get a piece, be like, oh, chronograph, because Paul Newman's Rolex Daytona just sold it was a record-breaking watch. Now I want to get a chronograph. To me, I just don't understand, why do people get watches simply for the features or simply for the name, but then they don't get a watch because they actually want it, because they love how it looks, like the features of it, just for what they want. I understand getting multiple watches if you want it in a collection. Totally cool. But if someone like a dive, most people don't even dive, and they make it the biggest deal out of oh my god, I need a dive watch. How often do you think people dive? Almost never.
Dive watches are a different theory because they want the extra protection, and they are the best sealed when it comes to watches.
I get it, but some people like that don't even bring it around the water.
It's just, it's basically, what in your everyday life are you going to use a watch for? And like Jared said, if you're going to have multiple watches, you may have them for different purposes.
For instance, I get it, if you want to have a nice dress piece, if you want to have more of an everyday piece, if you maybe want to have a vintage kind of piece, if you want to have a diving piece. But what else do you really...
Well, if you go on vacation, and this is...
A GMT, okay.
GMT.
Yeah, but you know...
I have used that a lot, and I like that feature.
But again, it's like someone getting a dive bezel that or a dive watch that almost never uses a watch around water or ever dives. Same thing as someone with a chronograph, and they never time an event out.
No,
but it's the same thing with a GMT. What if somebody does... Like,
no, a GMT is a specialized feature.
Right. My question for you is, why do you think people get those kinds of watches when they don't use the features?
Because it looks cool. Just to say they have it. But if you're doing certain things like a GMT, if you go on vacation, it's very useful to have. If you're big into astronomy, a moon phase is cool to have because it does show you different phases of the moon. There's certain features in watches that represent who you are, and that's why I like certain features. And now we all know I have a very big watch collection. It's always varied between 26 and 32 watches. And within those pieces, I have a mixture of everything outside. I even have one chronograph.
You know what, actually, speaking of, I think one of the things we should do for leading off, for maybe like the 51st episode, we should be like, like an update on your collection or whatever it is, and just to see how, what's changed or whatever it is.
Yeah, a lot, and collections do change. And I have a lot of stuff between...
Even when you only have 2 watches.
Diamonds, yes. Jared's the king of the 2-watch collection that keeps changing. And, between gold and diamonds and features...
Although, they're going to see some cool... They're going to, I'm not going to say, curse or whatever, but they're going to see some cool stuff, actually, for the new year. Right?
Oh.
Okay,
wait until you see some of this stuff that comes up in the new year. You think we're done? Stuff? We're never done. We're always evolving.
We're never done.
I love to say my watch collection's set. Lie.
Actually, wait, should I give them a little preview?
What's that?
The preview will be, I'm eliminating quartz from my collection.
Which he's done several times before.
Yeah, but I'm eliminating quartz from my collection. I'm not telling you what I'm doing, though. They'll find it.
Yeah. Well, that's why you have to stick around.
Yeah, absolutely.
But okay, so let's go to the favorite episode.
Okay.
What was your favorite episode of our first 50?
Okay. It was, let's see, it had to have been the first watch show that we went to.
Okay.
It had to have been the Patek Philippe,
that was cool.
I gotta tell you, not very often do you get to see an exhibition put on by one of the very top, I would say top 5 watchmakers around, at least in my opinion. Putting on an exhibition in New York City, and obviously this is the first time that it's ever really been brought out of, they were saying Switzerland or something like that. But it was, to see the history, to see the culture, I mean, wow, to see all those, like, the big, the big watches with all the complications. It was like at least 57 complications or whatever it was. Absolutely unbelievable. Everyone there was so nice. You got to see what the view was from Switzerland. Like, you actually felt like you were there. And, you almost get chills up and down your spine when you go there and you see something like that. Watches that, you yourself will probably never be able to own. But to actually see them in person, it's something special. And then, we got, a little crash course in, the diamond setting. And we were talking about, I guess, like the beveling a little bit, or the machining that they were doing with their watches. And again, as much as they're done by hand, they also use these special machines that most of these manufacturers do not have, never will have, and don't even know how to use. I mean, it's I hate, it's like an ancient art. It really is. Like, people don't realize it, that a mechanical piece, okay, it's, to fit all of that, okay, just take off your watch for a second. To fit all of that, okay, into this, and it still runs with 99% accuracy? What else in the world does that? Nothing. It's just, and like, you see the Côte de Genève. I mean, of course, this is an Omega, and obviously it's very impressive. But, Patek Philippe, however you want to call it, that was my favorite. It was the first watch show we went to. We really got a bit more of an education. We saw some pieces that almost nobody's ever seen outside of Switzerland before. People from all over the world were there. We were in the greatest city in the world. It was just something that was so special. even meeting the watchmakers, that was one of my favorite things, to see the movements and to ask them questions. How often does something like that come around?
It's true.
That was by far my favorite episode. By far. And by the way, I want to give that shout out to my partner in crime here, because he's the one who does the editing. He does everything with it. He's so great with it. And damn, you put that episode together.
That was a lot, guys.
All 50 episodes so far, it's been him, and it will continue. He's just so good at this. He does all the editing, so please, hats off to him. If you're sitting in front of your computer, give him a round of applause, because I will right now. You guys are seeing these videos because of him. That's why.
And, well,
I'm just the personality.
I have to give Jared the credit for actually coming up with the idea for this show. And then I came up with the idea with the name, and then we came up with
we just formed everything together.
Format, and then we came up with the idea with the editing. So him and I just keep bouncing different ideas off each other, and that's why you keep seeing what you're getting.
Yeah.
To me, my favorite episode, and we've been through a lot of places. Like I said, the watch shows are fantastic, and we've included some of our friends, some people we didn't know along the way. I'd say, the runner-up would have had been all the people in the hot tub. The episode we had of everybody in the hot tub going through our favorite celebrity episode. It was just funny having 9 people like in a hot tub talking about watches. It's something you never happened.
And I'm guessing we don't have many views on that one, right?
No, it's actually picking up steam. That was Trippy in the back with he looked like.
Wait, let's give a big shout to Trippy right now. On 3, we need to do a good big boy. 1, 2, 3,
really good
big boy.
You got a lot of that. So I enjoyed that time with my friends because it involved our world into the world that we live in. The watch world, him and I live in a different world than most people. Oh. To bring that into the world that everybody else lives in just for like 15 minutes was really cool.
You have 52 views on that one.
Thank you. But I had to say my
51.
favorite episode still has to be the Atlantic City episode. I thought that was really cool. What we like to do is really get inventive. We did that with the Glow in the Dark episode, which was really cool. But the Atlantic City show, which has over 2,500 hits now.
Yeah. 22,517.
22,000 views?
I said 2,517.
You said 22,000.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
So,
our wives are in the back.
Use your listening
ears.
Our
wife is getting fresh.
Yes. 25-17 on that one. I think that was really cool because you want to talk about spur of the moment? We're up there changing into our robes, and I said, you know what? We should do an episode.
I was actually just about to say, in terms of, I'm going to just piggyback off it, because best location, I would say it was Atlantic City.
That was cool.
I would say for me, that was the best location, because think about it. We were in a spa, in our robes, 2 good looking dudes, let's just say that. And, but by far, I mean, come on. I don't think anyone else has ever done that or pulled that off. Nobody else has ever done that. At the end of the day, okay, I'm actually kind of surprised we only have like 40 subscribers. I think we'll get more, whatever it is.
We will. This will keep growing. But I don't see Federico going around on a robe in AC.
Hold on. I don't see Federico doing that, although I don't think that he would.
No.
Listen, big shout out to Federico. We love you, whatever it is. We're not saying anything bad. And by the way, I watch your videos all the time. I think you're fantastic. I don't see the Urban Gentry TGV doing that, or whatever it is. Although, again, you're great too, whatever it is. Christian from Theo and Harris, we don't see him doing that. We're just naming like the bigger shows that we see. And
we do things that other people just don't even think about doing.
They'd be like, I'm not going to be caught dead doing that.
No.
I get it.
But somebody has to.
That was by far the best location. Come on.
That was the best location.
We shot from a spa.
And we had to get permission just to do it.
Yes, we did. We actually had to ask them, and they said, listen, make sure that you face camera away, because we can't have you filming anything. And I said, fine, not a problem. But we did say we were going to mention Borgata just for some publicity and things like that.
And we will be back there again this year, by the way. We're going to be back at Borgata.
April this time.
In April. So we will have an April episode from there, as well
maybe we'll do an ass waxing. No, we wouldn't do that.
I would say the highlight has to be this year coming up. Even when we do the Jersey Shore, we're going to be at the Borgata, but we're also going to be in Toronto and Niagara Falls. We're going to be doing episodes from both of those locations, which I'm sure is going to be
It's got to get a little bit bigger and a little bit better.
We got to
has to.
I would love to do an episode from the top of the CN Tower. I think that would be absolutely spectacular.
When we're getting, wait a minute, this would be our episode when we're at Niagara Falls. Hey guys, we're getting hit with water right now.
What's the best water resistance for the falls? No, but basically we're gonna think of some
I could
episodes
just, you
for
guys
that.
wouldn't even hear us.
No,
in that episode.
but we are definitely gonna have some fun with
So wait,
the
what
location.
was your best location? Because we did your favorite episode was Atlantic City. What was your best location?
Best
Favorite
location, I have to think, this past year, best location was Atlantic City with the boardhouse.
So it was your favorite episode and your best location.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that episode.
Wow. Okay.
That was a fun
Interesting.
episode. Just because it was so weird. It was so off the wall.
It was definitely
Oh,
interesting.
I have a question.
We have a question.
Oh, a little question.
What was your least favorite episode and least favorite location?
Oh, I can say this. The least favorite episode was when I was in my hoodie, like the second episode or whatever it was, in my hair. By the way, special shout out to Hector. Thank you for the comment.
He loves you like that.
But that was my least favorite. I
You
was
look
even,
like a total homeless
I
person.
wasn't even ready for the episode. I feel like I had stains on my sweater and stuff. Well, with this one, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, right now I have to admit, like you guys can probably tell, I got a little bit of the beard growth going on. It's gonna be. I just haven't done a trim or whatever it is. I don't think it looks bad, do you? No, it doesn't look terrible. But no, at least I don't look like a homeless guy right now, theoretically.
I think my worst. I think my least favorite episode, unfortunately, had to be on top of the car. Because
I thought we were gonna dent the car.
part of me, it wasn't the smartest episode. I'll tell you that.
I don't know
to put two people on top of the car.
I'm surprised.
I was just pissed off that we forgot
we
to
forgot
film
to
in Cooperstown, and
Yeah.
I said we got to do something weird. So we went on top of a car to do an episode.
You guys could probably barely see us.
It wasn't good lighting or
It was
anything
not a good
else.
episode.
That was our worst.
Cooperstown would have been great.
Oh my,
That
yeah.
would have been great.
So I mean, that would have been fantastic because we had a great day there.
God, it was beautiful.
But outside of that, I would say that was
Middle of nowhere. Why not?
Yeah, and that hurt. I mean, I kept shifting around on the car because my ass crack was. Oh man, it was terrible. But that was probably my least favorite episode out of them all.
Yeah.
But
Good
we've had quite a few good and bad episodes along the way.
So let's see what. See that? That's
Favorite guest.
Yeah, let's go to
Real
favorite
quick.
guest. Absolutely.
Favorite guest I think we've had. I have to go between. Believe it or not, Nishan was a very good guest because it was the first watchmaker we actually ever had on the show, and he is very knowledgeable in showing people. He's very good at showing you.
Shout out to Nishan. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing those episodes.
Going
with,
inside
Drew.
the watch and
Absolutely.
actually showing us. How to do it, especially with the different types of tools there are to open a watch.
And
He's
it's not
got 'em
easy
all.
to do this.
No, and it's always fun having him on the show as a guest watchmaker. And
Interesting.
but the other parts are all the people that we've met in the watch shows, especially this past one with the watchmakers, interviewing watchmakers.
I was gonna say, me personally, I can't pinpoint one particular person. Although, shout out to all of our friends for being in the episodes and being sports about it and stuff like that. That was really cool. But for me, for sure, you can't. It's always fantastic, and I know you guys appreciate this because this is part of the reason why you watch the show. Part of the reason why we go to these shows too, is because you guys want to learn from the experts, from the masters themselves. And for me, it hasn't been a particular guest, but all the people that we had on that were experts, Nishan included, of course, because he was a professional in the field and still is. But all the professionals that we've had on that have shared their knowledge, shared their expertise, showed us how to do different things with watches, why do things, how to do things, and stuff like that. And it's been, I appreciate it. Being a teacher or whatever it is, and just helping students out. It's always fun to learn new stuff. So I would definitely say all the industry experts being on the show, those have been my favorite guests for sure.
And the other, all of our friends, like Jared said, who have been guest appearances on the show, to go through the journey with them, like Dave, for instance, who has been on quite a number of episodes.
Yeah.
He has been, when we first, I first started becoming friends with Dave, he knew nothing about watches. He was wearing a stupid Citizens Quartz watch that was the biggest piece of crap.
Hey!
I didn't say brand, I said and, it's basically, and now look how far he's come.
Yeah.
With all he's learned, with the journey he's been through.
And by the way, listen, he's like me, 2 watches.
He's got 2 right now, you never know.
Believe me, I tell you, he's done, and I, 2 watches.
It's nice to go through a journey.
If you have 2 nice solid mechanicals in your collection, mechanicals, hand winds, automatics, what else do you,
32.
Well, maybe you want gold, maybe, you want something to do, whatever, but, I mean, I get it, but yeah, I agree. You know, listen, I think that all of us have gone along this journey. I mean, listen, I've learned so much in the last year about watches, things that I like, things that I don't like.
Biggest lesson learned.
The biggest...
As we wrap this episode up.
Well, we have to do favorite watch, too.
Yep.
My Orient, by far. It is just very consistent. I love the beautiful blue Breguet hands. I love the Arabic numerals in it. It kills me that it doesn't have a date, but you know, I like the power. You know, I think hand wind should have power reserve so you could see, you know, when you need to really wind it. I put the custom pilot's bracelet on it, and I absolutely love it. You know, that's like more of like a watch for me, like to wear for like a dress occasion, or you know, God forbid, like another watch went out or something happened to it. I would definitely put that on. I've worn it almost everywhere, like to mow the lawn and do stuff. It's a bit of a beater. I regulated it myself. It's got the water resistance, which is fine. It is the most comfortable watch I've ever had. You know, like I said, I kept telling Drew, and I think I've told you guys, if it had the date in it, I would never own any other watch. Unless that watch completely gave out and just stopped working, that would be the only watch that I would ever wear. So that is by far. I mean, I was gonna say my Rolex too, but you know, I did sell that or whatever. It was a great piece, but you know, yeah, absolutely. But you know what though, I actually wasn't a fan, and Drew knows this because I told it to him on multiple occasions. Not a fan of the Jubilee stretch bands. I'm more of a fan of the Oyster bands that, you know, are a little more durable. They don't stretch. I was not going to complain about that watch. It was a great runner, but I have to give shout out to my Orient and Orient in general. By far my favorite. And Drew knows that. I talk about it like half the time.
The one thing, my watch collection has changed quite frequently over the years.
Oh, no, but you have to choose one, by the way.
But my number one
Your
watch
number one
has been the same through all the years.
That's
and
true.
Jared knows that's the one constant that has been number one for years, and it's my Omega Constellation Diamond that I don't think I've brought on the show yet.
Well, listen.
I would show it to you, but we're using my phone.
We are actually going to...
We'll go through my collection.
Yeah, no. Oh, no. We're going to actually sit down, both of us, I think, and see, because I remember last time you did one episode, I did mine. We're going to do one episode where we both sit down with all of our watches, and we're going to talk about the collection, some of the things that we like, don't like. I don't care if you have one or two watches. A collection, you know, more than one or whatever.
And like I showed you before, it's the reason why I got this one. My favorite watch is the reason why I got a little different version of it.
Now, here's what I want to know. Why do you love your Diamond Omega Constellation so much?
It's the most durable watch that's never given me any problems. I love the way it looks. I always have. It's one of the most comfortable watches I own. And the size is perfect.
So let me ask you a question. Would you sell your Rolexes before your Omega? I'll ask you that question.
Would I sell my Rolexes before? Yes, because I can get them back. Rolexes are very easy to get back. That Diamond Omega is not easy to get back. It's much more rarer than my
Would you
Rolex.
sell your JLC over your Omega? If you're saying it's your favorite, I want to test you a little bit. You would? Okay. Folks, let me just tell you something. I do believe that, based off his answers, that is, I mean, you don't understand. I think that... Anyways, this is take number 3. You don't realize this. I'm going to... Just please stay there, please. That is really true.
I'm definitely telling the truth.
But anyways, he's definitely telling the truth. So, are we getting now into biggest lessons?
Yes, our biggest lesson, Lord. We've never discussed this before.
Blooper.
So, let's talk about our biggest lesson.
The only reason why we are laughing so hard is because we didn't realize that the camera went out. This is being all spliced together by my lovely buddy right here. And yeah, so yeah, we were going on and on, and the thing was going. I'm gonna let Drew talk.
No, yeah, okay. My biggest lesson learned, since you guys have no idea how it originally went, what the fuck? My biggest lesson learned is the fact that Jared always asks me this over and over again.
And Drew, what is the biggest lesson you've ever learned? I'll ask you again.
You know, he always asks me, do you have a perfect watch? Do you have a perfect watch? And I always say no. Because that's the biggest lesson I keep telling myself, because there are no perfect
By the
watches.
way, after I explained my lesson, and then he went into his, and this is when we realized that it wasn't...
Yeah, so let's explain it again.
Yeah, why not?
There is no perfect watch. Just like people
There's
aren't
no perfect watch?
No, because people aren't perfect either.
I'm disappointed.
As much as I love my Diamond Constellation.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I just take a wild guess on what you think should be added? Just wildly guessing.
Go ahead.
A day?
Well, amazing.
God,
I mean, you thought that after the fourth time I said it. And basically, yes, I'd add a day. If it had a day, I'd add a moon phase. If it had a moon phase, I'd always add something. So that's why I have 32 watches, because there's a different watch for every occasion, and there's a different watch that's going to satisfy. No watch can satisfy every single occasion, every single time, unless you're Jack Nicklaus and you don't give a crap about watches to begin with, like he doesn't. He just wears that because that has been a part of his life for some.
Yeah, I mean, I think it means a lot to him. And
Yeah.
things like that, but...
Unless it's a part of you, given to you, and it has sentimental value, that always adds to it as well. But what would you say your biggest lesson is you've learned over the past year, again?
I mean, it's like I was saying before we got really interrupted by a stop camera. It's got to be the buying and selling aspect of things. I think too many people, they expect to make money off of watches and this and that when they sell them. I'm going to make money and then be able to get this next one for the same price. It's not going to happen. I mean, if you do it over the long run, you're gonna. It's like a casino. They always have the edge, and watches. They're like cars. They depreciate value. We've talked about this before in the episodes. So yeah, I mean, I think my biggest lesson has been, listen, buying and selling. It's a tricky game. If you're a dealer, then they're going to special shows to get watches at prices that the public can't even get and things like that, because they can't get rid of them, and then they need someone else to get them. And then sometimes they even sit with dealers for a long time. They don't even get sold. So, for me, it's the buying, the selling, and I guess going between different brands or whatever it is. Find a watch that you love. Stick with it or whatever it is. I think that's the biggest lesson for me. It's kind of an expensive habit or hobby or whatever you want to call it.
And in this upcoming year, again, guys, you're going to see a lot more.
Oh my God, we just did episode number 50.
Yes, and you're going to be seeing a lot more things that you guys have enjoyed, like watch reviews. I know you guys have watched.
Oh, actually, you know what?
I
I want to tell everyone what I did that I mentioned before. We just do like a little recap or whatever it is. So a blog to watch, and Ariel Adams. I'm actually kind of entered for a trip to go to Hong Kong.
Are you?
Yeah, to go to a watch manufacturer. It's called Undone Watches, to create a one-of-a-kind piece that they'll never make again, truly custom. And I submitted some really great ideas. I mean, some ideas that may not be able to be done by them, but as many that could be done. Some higher-end customizations
for this.
Yeah, it's like one person gets picked, but then I think a few people get watches or something like that.
Cool.
But you know what? It would be cool if I won that trip. I would definitely do the episode from Hong Kong. It would only be my wife wouldn't even be going. It would just be me. I doubt I'm going to win, but if I did, that would be fantastic. We'll see. I mean, listen, big shout out to Ariel Adams. I hope you choose me, and I hope you like my submission for the contest.
And there's going to be more watch reviews done as well as new watches come in. We do watch reviews for you.
Well,
I have one coming up on the Constellation for you. Jared's going to probably do one on his
incoming
watch that he has. Which is
there's
nice.
an upcoming watch coming?
Apparently you said that in minute 21.
No, I just said that, we're getting rid of the quartzes.
Yeah, well you said you were replacing it with something. So that's
replacing it. Well, it could be anything.
Yeah, it's going to be like an alarm clock. Watch for his Fitbit.
But guys, listen, don't forget, listen to me. 50 viewers, maybe for the next episode. We'll take it episode by episode. We'll see when we get to 50. This will be given away to a lucky viewer, and we'll figure out the whole lottery system when we get to it. Once we get to 50 viewers, though, guys will be getting this beautiful book. And again, I'll open up one more time. Come on, take a look. Yeah, that's beautiful. So anyways, someone will be winning that or whatever it is.
And again, guys, thank you.
Yeah.
For his 50 episodes.
Guys, you know what? Round of applause. Let's give a round of applause to us, to you guys. Yeah, exactly. Seriously, thank you guys so much for making us, as much of a success as we are. I mean,
we'd like to thank our on and off camera people, both our wives as well, for putting up with us.
All of our guests, all the exhibitions, everything that we've done. I want to thank you for putting up with me.
Thanks for putting up with me too,
and, things like that. But
quite a tandem.
The first 50 have been fantastic. We're looking forward to certainly the next 50, and then we'll take it in batches of 100 or whatever it is after that, I guess. But no, it's sort of, listen, the more you do it, it becomes milestones.
And we thank YouTube
guys
for broadcasting this.
Oh yeah, YouTube. Why not?
Absolutely.
Right?
Give out a little shout out to YouTube.
Let's also let's see. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos. That helps bring you guys the latest content. As soon as we create it. More subscribers. Giveaways and cool stuff like that. You guys can comment. Feel free. Like again, if you guys have ideas for future videos that we're not doing or whatever it is, send them to us. Not a problem. We'd love to do it. Give you a shout out on our channel as well. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, because our camera's going to probably cut off in another couple minutes again. So, again, guys, thanks for everything.
We hope you're still not sleeping right now.
Right, and here's to the next 50 as we entertain
Let's
you.
Let's pretend like we have glasses. Do a little, a little... Oh, thanks. Yeah, okay, cool.
As we look forward to another 50 episode.
I was actually worried about that breaking.
So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next 50 episodes of
It's About Time.